unfortunately, with the deflection off the stumps, they will get back for a single, but that single will only count if this run out is not out. Really well fielded at mid-off. We've spoken about Trent Johnson making those improvements in the Hong Kong fielding, and we could see it there. He almost had a double direct hit because the ball almost deflected onto the second set of stumps where he nearly would have been run out the wicketkeeper's end, and it nearly hit the helmet, but the end result is they'll get through for a single.
Yeah, certainly can't question our ability to hit the stumps. You know, that's probably about the 6th or 7th direct hit over the last 4 games, so we're giving ourselves an opportunity to get that free wicket, as we talk about in T20 cricket, which is most important. But Shahid's anticipation, the ball before, which probably stopped one, gave us that opportunity to put pressure on and hopefully break this partnership and hopefully get into something Dutch where we could get 2 or 3 quick wickets.
Yeah, we're waiting for the third umpire's decision. That third umpire is Rahul Asher. So Vinod Babu and Hari Krishna are using the technology that's available here at the Oman Cricket Academy setup with those fixed cameras, and they'll be examining whether or not Tobias Fasay is going to be run out, whether or not there'll be a single. Do you think it's a matter of time where we see that it's actually just given as a dead ball after the ball hits the stump?
I think it's just gradual improvement for us. It was what we want to try and do. So we want to build up. And I suppose at any stage, knowing the history of Irish cricket, you want to get them. It's first game of the tournament. So, we never know. But like I said, their form's been pretty impressive coming into this tournament and leave this tournament with 3 wins. So UAE will be, professionally coached by Dougie Brown, and he has a lot of, associations with associate cricket, so he knows that sort of stuff. And you just see Oman here, Oman win today, they win the tournament. So we have a tough group. A lot of people are saying that the other group's quite tough, but we had a tough group there, and then finish off with our other 3 games. Obviously, the target is to finish in the top 4, and then all of a sudden it's a shootout. So, and a bit of luck goes your way. You only need 1 or 2 players that come off in T20 cricket, and you can walk away with a victory.
Yeah, those 3 other games you'll play will be against Canada, Jersey, and possibly the unknown forces of Nigeria. But as you said, they're coming off a big win over Kenya. There are going to be no pushovers. They've replaced Zimbabwe in the tournament with their suspension from the ICC. But I think you'll see with the likes of USA and Nepal not even being at this tournament, not even qualifying through their sub-regionals, there are no easy games in associate cricket anymore.
No, I don't think so. And especially T20 cricket, it brings the teams closer together, regardless if it's an associate playing against a full member. So, we've had that in the past. Ireland's had that in the past. So it's about getting in, taking your opportunities. And like I said, if you can have 2 or 3 guys fire on a particular day, well, then you can win a game against anyone.
Yeah, and those 51 matches will take place between the 14 sides over the course of the coming 3 weeks. And 6 teams will go and join the 10 big guns. And I suppose the one great thing about this system now, and all of these games being T20 internationals, is that there's a pretty meritocratic pathway. We see Afghanistan, who were having to qualify for all tournaments, are not only qualified for the main event, but they're even into the Super 12s automatically, having been ranked 8th. So plenty to play for. If you can get through to that T20 World Cup qualifier, there's the added carrot, of course, the fact that the Super 10s have been expanded to a Super 12, so 2 from those initial groups of 4 will get through for 5 guaranteed matches against test nations. And how big a prize would that be for Hong Kong?
Well, it'd be amazing. It'd certainly take away the disappointment of losing ODI status. But we're probably not really looking that far ahead. We've got to worry about today, and then we've got a couple of training sessions in UAE, in Abu Dhabi, and then we head to Dubai for 2 warm-up games against Namibia and Bermuda.
Yeah, and that'll be good for you as well, because they're 2 sides that you wouldn't have played at in T20 cricket much.
No, exactly, and you sort of
big appeal. Given not Roelof van der Merwe was looking for the scoop shot. We're going to take a look at the replay of that, see if it was pad first, because there was a big appeal. Really good work from Scott McKechnie behind the stumps. These medium pacers doing a really effective job from Kapoor, bowling stump to stump. And if that's pad first, you'd have to think that's got to be very close again. Trent Johnson not getting much luck in his stint in the box with us. We're going to let him go at the end of this over.
I think it might go now, Lenny.
Yeah, a little bit of misfortune. Good slower ball. He hasn't picked that up at all in the deep, so they will get back for 2. Are we seeing a real evolution of the T20 game? We're seeing more and more of the pace bowlers often going the distance, but these medium pacers taking the pace off, do they still serve a role?
I think if they're accurate enough, they certainly will, because guys are used to 85 plus, and if you can bowl early 80s, late 70s and be accurate enough, and close off certain parts of the ground and get guys hitting to where you want them to hit as opposed to where they want to hit, well then certainly, because if you're only bowling at that pace, you should be accurate enough to to land it on a cricket ball, I suppose.
So it landed on the €2 piece that we did back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Cricket Ireland, like you always did, hit that spot. We see Kapoor come in again. And Merwe continues to just drop and run. That's going to be a single. Before we let you go, Trent, give us just a quick rundown of some of the batsmen to watch in your side. You said you've been a little bit disappointed by the length of their innings, but someone like Nizakat Khan is a good name to watch, or who else should we be looking out for in the qualifier?
Absolutely. Nizakat's our big guy up top. He's got to get us off to good starts. He probably shot selection hasn't been that good in the previous 3 games, and he's aware of that. The skipper will bat at 3. Kinshett good left-hander, strong on the leg side, and then we've got some good hitters. Wackers Barker down the back end has been very good for us. But listen, we'll sort of scrap and fight and do all those things throughout the tournament. And, hopefully if we can get a bit of luck, and I think, like I get back to that, us playing some smart cricket, we can certainly get a few numbers in that win column, which we'll need, and hopefully get ourselves through to that qualifying stage at the back end. And you just never know when you're in that knockout stage, what can happen.
Final question. You'll almost go in as underdogs, perhaps because of missing those players. Will you relish that underdog status?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've spoken about that as a group, and I think that a lot of people have written us off already. And for these guys that have that are out here, and the 15 guys that are fighting for their country and the opportunity to go to a World Cup, they relish that. And, we're really sort of taking that on board and using that as sort of a little bit of motivation to prove a few people wrong out there in the cricketing world.
That's Trent Johnson, the Hong Kong head coach. We can't thank him enough for joining us right in the middle of the match. We wish his side all the best across in the UAE. No doubt they'll go well and represent with pride.
Cheers, Batch.
Thank you very much. That's Trent Johnson, the Hong Kong cricket head coach, and fascinating to hear his thoughts right in the middle of this T20 international. And he might have another run out, and he will have another run out. So his departure from the box will bring about yet another wicket for Hong Kong, and it was a deserved wicket, because for the second time in the innings, a mix-up between the Dutch batsmen will bring about a run out. And we'll bring you the replay here now. It was a complete mix-up between Roelof van der Merwe and Colin Ackerman. Roelof van der Merwe said yes, Ackerman said no. And it was a really good pick-up, flicked back to the keeper, Scott McKechnie, who takes the bails off. So Ackerman's stay at the crease is going to be a short one. He goes for 9 from 10 deliveries. And Roelof van der Merwe, he has been dropping and running, but that time he's paid the price. And with Trent Johnson's departure from the commentary box, right on cue comes that wicket. Welcome back, Jamil Zaidi, to join me, the former Oman team manager. And it was really interesting there to hear the thoughts of Trent Johnson, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course. It's nice to hear from him. And he's, of course, the most experienced guy to take some, lesson from his, whatever the comments he was doing. It lovely.
Did you used to love him as a player, playing for Ireland with such pride? He was the former Irish captain, bowling his outswingers and hitting the lusty ball down the order.
Yeah. No, tell me how he feels about the Ireland performance this tournament first.
Yeah, well, that's something we were chatting about, and he's been really impressed by the new youthful Irish side, and I think the power hitting that's come into that Irish team has been really effective. But we can only wish Trent and his Hong Kong side all the very best in the UAE next month. They will go in as underdogs, particularly missing their big five, if you will. Babar Hayat, Tanwir Afzal, Ahsan Nawaz, Tanvir Ahmed and Ansuman Rath, all missing from this squad for various reasons.
Yeah.
And they won't be in the UAE next month, but he's happy with the 15 he has. As Roelof van der Merwe cuts that away. He's been joined by Peter Seelar, the Dutch captain, at the crease.
This is the fourth match I'm watching it. At least today I've seen Marv is batting at his best. 22 not out is batting. So far, I think highest score for him in this tournament so far. But he's batting very well and kept the run rate going on.
Yeah, Peter Seelar made the Dutch record T20 high score last month in the Triangular Series in Dublin. 96 not out. It was an outstanding innings in a losing cause against Scotland, as Scotland piled up over 250 thanks to George Munsey and Kyle Coetzer. They're two batsmen to watch next month in the T20 World Cup qualifier. I think George Munsey's a batsman to watch. In fact, whatever format he plays, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him picked up by one of the big franchises in the coming weeks. But it's been good bowling, good tight bowling this from Ihsan Khan's off breaks, varying his pace. Bowls that quicker one really quick.
He bowled extremely well in the last match also and got 3 wickets as well. But today I think Netherlands is playing quite better than yesterday, And 17 for 3 in just 14 overs, not a bad total.
Yeah, the Netherlands perhaps reacting to
over 8 runs an over. It's a very good run rate
against Oman. So 14 overs gone. The Netherlands 116 for 3. That run rate over 8 and over, but these medium pacers are being bowled very effectively through the middle overs, and they're just clawing Hong Kong back into the game, and a little bit like we saw Ireland get off to a flyer, just starting to stutter a little, but it's been an effective spell this from Rag Kapoor.
Yeah, of course. I think actually the catch which he took, absolutely it was a stunner, and from then on the things going on at least little in favor of Hong Kong, but the run rate is very healthy as of now, 8.3. It's a very, very good run rate.
That's a glorious shot from Roelof van der Merwe. He was looking for the scoop shot to scoop it into the leg side, but instead he just opened the face for what is a classical late cut right off the face of the bat. That's going to be 4 runs.
This is what he's been so much wanted in international cricket, of his experience and the way he plays.
Yeah, shades of Owen Morgan there with the reverse. He was looking for the reverse, or the scoop shot over his shoulder, and he ended up just opening his face with his bat.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah,
it's
really
a perfect, confident shot.
Cut away powerfully by van der Merwe, but good fielding and really good angles in the deep from Irish Bagwat is going to cut that off and keep it to just a single. You can see third man Mohammad Gazamfar has come a lot finer as well because of that late cut from van der Merwe.
Yeah, so what total you expect from Netherlands at the end of 20th over?
Yeah, so just a little over 5 overs to go. You'll have to be looking in excess of 160, maybe even up towards 180. Plenty of power hitting to come for the Dutch, but every dot ball just drags it back for Hong Kong.
I think 160, 170 will be a very good total to defend on this wicket, but today the wicket is extremely good. Absolute batting wicket, ball coming onto the bat very nicely. So we'll have to see how Hong Kong batsmen will fare up with this batting lineup.
Shorter ball, it skews off the top edge and it goes towards fine leg. That's Isan Khan, who takes a really good catch. He made good ground around to his right, and Peter Seelar's stay at the crease is going to be a short one. Perhaps shades of not just the Irish innings yesterday, but the Dutch innings. This collapse that Trent Johnson wanted has been sparked, and Seelar has to go for 2 off 4 deliveries.
Well, yesterday's dramatic collapse of Netherlands was really one of the very nightmare they have, I think, in the matches they have played so far. Today they were playing much, much better, but in the span of, I think, 2 overs, 2 wickets down. I think somebody has to be there till the end of 20th over. The Markov is playing absolutely beautiful today. So I think today is the man who is going to take cue of Netherlands batsmen.
Going to be Scott Edwards coming in for the Netherlands at number 6. We'll have to wait to see Tony Staal. Haven't seen Tony Staal today, perhaps a little surprisingly. Batted at number 3 yesterday for the Netherlands. But Roelof van der Merwe is still there, 28 off 24 deliveries, and he's going to have to try and shepherd this fragile Dutch middle lower order that is low on confidence. Let's take a little bit of a look at the Dutch batting card. Outstanding from Tobias Vissé, run out in slightly unfortunate circumstances. Perhaps his bat was in the air. The technology used to really good effect to get that decision right here at the Oman Cricket Academy ground. But he's been the standout for the Dutch. Keep an eye on him next month. I'll tell you that much. Tobias Vissé, he's a man to watch.
I think all the Netherlands batsmen are starting absolutely in a very confident manner, but later on they just crumble against some, maybe the pressure or good bowling or something like that. Yesterday also you see Staal and Maxwell played superbly, and then in a span of just about 20-30 runs, the entire team got out.
Yeah, really liking the spell from Rag Kapoor. You can see yet another change of pace there. And what was brilliant to see was the way he anticipated in the follow-through that there wasn't going to be enough pace in the ball for van der Merwe to work with. So he went through and fielded off his own bowling and saved the single. They're the small margins that Trent Johnson was talking about, the smart cricket that he was talking about. 5 overs to go now. Netherlands 121 for 4. Hong Kong just coming back into this match.
Yeah, the last 3 wickets they have taken. At one stage, it looks like things going in the favor of Netherlands. Their run rate was extremely well. Now they brought the run rate up to 8 run and over with the 3 quick wickets.
This is really good from Isan Khan, who took that wonderful catch in the last over. Bowling in fast, flat off breaks. Watching the batsman intently, a little bit reminiscent of Simi Singh of Ireland. Similar action, watching the batsman right till the ball is released.
Yes, of course, he bowled extremely well in the previous matches as well, Andrew. But unfortunately, because of their batting, they let down in this tournament so far.
Sweep shot and a really good one from Scott Edwards. Good fielding in the deep from Rag Kapoor. The throw comes in. He will get back for 2. Good running from Roelof van der Merwe. He's such an all-action, busy cricketer at the crease.
Yeah, of course, a very suicidal sweep from the front of this Scott. He just almost played it from the offside. Lucky not to get hit on the pad, but at least he managed to get 2 runs. Hassan is bowling extremely well from the last couple of matches, and he's just keeping his length and line beautifully, not letting the batsman to come over him, not giving any room to the batsman to hit, just on the spot. Beautiful bowling from him.
Looks for the reverse sweep and gets it away. Really good batting from Scott Edwards, using the pace of Isan Khan, and that's the problem. If you're bowling all of your deliveries as a spinner flat and quick, it can get a little bit easy to read for the batsman. And it was fascinating yesterday. I was having a chat to Sandeep Lamachani in between the matches, and he was saying, and these wickets in the Middle East, you want to bowl slower and slower as a spinner.
Exactly.
Don't give the batsman any pace to work with. You've got to be brave to do it. But Sandeep Lamachani is certainly that.
Absolutely right, Lamachani.
Good fielding again, this time from Shahid Wasif, who's quick in off the fence. Just going to be a single into the deep to end the 16th over. 4 overs remain in the Dutch innings. They're 126 for 4.
I think 160 looks like to be the score at the end of 20th over from the Netherlands. But anyway, if somebody came and started hitting, it might go up to 170. Hong Kong is batting not that much up to their standards. Otherwise, they would have been at least got 1.
7 bowlers already used by the Hong Kong skipper, so plenty of options remaining for the final 4 overs. But he's going to take a little bit of a gamble and try to continue with Rag Kapoor. Can he get out of his spell? This will be his final 4th over.
So far, he bowled extremely well, Andrew.
He just bowled really cleverly, kind of old-fashioned military medium, stump to stump, keeper up to the stumps, not allowed a huge amount of width or short deliveries to work with. It's been hugely effective.
Yeah, of course. So far, he's very much successful in his bowling and keeping the batsman quiet.
Looks for the slog sweep, and Scott Edwards is going to get a boundary away. I was just about to say he's
very well placed.
3 overs, 1 for 13, but Edwards loves to play the sweep shot, whatever the pace of the bowler, gets down on one knee and dispatches that one behind square for a boundary 4.
Very, very confident shot. Find the gap between short fine leg and deep squarish fine leg. Got 4. Badly needed for the Netherlands to keep the momentum up. From 8.5, they have come down to 7.8 in the 17th over.
And that's incredibly unlucky. There's no slip in place, of course, at this stage of the innings. Comes off a regulation outside edge. Would have been straight to first slip, but with the keeper up to the stumps, it's always going to be 4. And misfortune for Rag Kapoor. I said it was a gamble. Bowling him out his final over. They'd got away with 3 from him. Back-to-back boundaries.
Well, they have to take the chances, Hong Kong, to get the batsman out as much as they can. But these sorts of runs that comes in the later stages is just part of this T20 and ODI tournament. You tried to play on the off, took outside edge and went through to the slip for 4.
Good batting from Scott Edwards. He calls to roll off Van der Merwe to run hard. The throw comes in, a direct hit, probably would have been out.
Yes.
But they will get back for 2. Hong Kong fielding's been impressive today.
Absolutely, yes. Mark is really playing today a gem of an innings. I have not seen him last 3 matches. He didn't play that much in confidence as today he's playing. Now he had to be there till the end of the last over to get some very respectable total, as we are talking about 160, 165. A good total to defend.
Slower ball again, looks for the reverse ramp. What a shot that is from Scott Edwards. The 3rd boundary in the over is surely going to come. Or it's going to be just cut off with a diving, sprawling stop from Mohamed Ghazanfar. Just 2 more runs to the total, but really good innovative batting from Scott Edwards. This is a nice little cameo of an innings he's playing.
In whatever way the runs are coming, but at least they are playing those shots with confidence, reverse sweeps and everything, and it's coming, getting them runs, kept the score more ticking.
Ball again, skewed off the outside edge towards long off, who runs in off the fence and can't take the catch, but makes a really good stop to cut off the runs to just a single. So Scott Edwards is going to keep the strike. 13 runs from that over. Netherlands move to 139 for 4.
Once again, a very slow delivery from Rag, and the fielder tried his best, ran out from the mid-off to the short mid-on region, tried to catch the catch, but unfortunately he was a bit late and ball fell in front of him. Doesn't succeed in getting the ball.
Yeah, so 3 overs remain, 18 deliveries left. I'm going to see a change in bowling with Isan Khan having bowled his 4 overs out. Haroon Arshad will come back into the attack.
Some cameo innings from these 2 and the upcoming batsmen will really give Netherlands a very good chance to score about 165, 170, which will definitely a good total to defend. Under the conditions and seeing the Hong Kong batting is not coming up to the standards which they were famous for. Of course, 5 of the players have been left out in this team, and most of the boys are new, doesn't have experience of the international cricket. Well, I'm sure that all the teams we participated in this Pentangler tournament have got valuable practice and acclimatize themselves under the conditions.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt about that. Really good facilities here in Oman have been used really well. Scott Edwards pulls that one into the deep. He's going to get 2 more. Moves into the 20s. A good little cameo from him here. The Netherlands will just be thinking for the first time, perhaps can they get up towards 180 with a big bumper penultimate final over.
I think they should look for it. I think they should look for the maximum runs they can have from the remaining overs to give them a bit relief as far as the runs will be concerned. They have a very good batting bowling lineup and some excellent fielders as well.
Sweep shot again from Scott Edwards. It doesn't matter what the pace the bowler is, and misfortune in the deep. The first real misfield we've seen from Hong Kong. He made good ground across to his left, Rag Kapoor. He's been outstanding in the field today. Got his hands down to it, but could only paddle it over the rope for 4 runs.
Excellent effort from the fielder at the mid-wicket. It was certain boundary. He stopped it, but of course the shot was so powerful the ball got through the hands and over the fence for 4.
And finally, Roelof van der Merwe is going to get back on strike. Scott Edwards has been hogging the strike the last little while. Van der Merwe hasn't faced for 2 overs. But Scott Edwards has been doing a really good job. This partnership just growing for the Netherlands and giving them a sniff of up towards 170, 175, which surely with their bowling attack they'll look to defend.
Yes, of course, I'm sure if they scored about 170, 175, surely they will be defending that. Unless some cameo came from the Hong Kong batsman.
That's a sensational shot from Roelof van der Merwe. It's going to soar all the way for 6. Inside out over extra cover. I said these last 3 overs were bonus ball time for the Netherlands. As you can see on the replay here, that's one of the shots of the day from Roelof van der Merwe.
Absolute beauty from him. Just stood his ground and picked the back gap between deep mid-off and extra cover. Beautifully stuck over the boundary line for 6.
He's a fan of golf, Roelof van der Merwe, and you could see shades of his golf follow through there. A full extension, pulling the club face, or the bat face back in this case, as it soared for 6. Good comeback from Arshad. Only time for a single that time for van der Merwe.
Very, very sensible batting from Van der Merwe, as he is famous for. He's one of the most sought after players in the T20 tournaments all over the world because of his ability to score, to bowl, and a brilliant fielder as well.
That's pulled into the deep, and that's poor bowling. A bit of a nothing delivery really from Arshad, and that's going to be hoiked away for the second 6 of the over. Scott Edwards is playing a gem of a knock. 6 runs all the way.
Yeah, it was a very bad ball from the Harun. It was short and has all the time in the world to play over the fine leg boundary for 6.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Manhattan graph on your screen, because 20 runs came from that over, the most expensive of the innings so far. The Netherlands moved to 159 for 4. You asked me what I thought was a good total. 180 might not even be enough now for the Dutch.
Yes, after this over, definitely we are looking for about 180 and remaining 12 balls. And the way both the batsmen are playing, I think we might go over 180.
Kinshid Shah is going to bring himself back into the attack, so he'll bowl the penultimate over of the match, and he's got endless options to bowl the final over. Suspect it will probably go the way of Kyle Christie, you'd have to think. But for the moment, we'll have the off breaks of Kinshid Shah operating around the wicket. Van der Merwe is going to hit the slog sweep, and the catch has either just not carried or perhaps been dropped. It came flat to the fielder in the deep.
Just fell down in front of the fielder at deep mid-wicket.
Yeah, Shahid Wasif, that is, out at it. That's really a cow corner. Reverse sweep is hit, and it comes down towards our commentary position. Edwards loves these ramps and sweeps, and he'll have just enough momentum to get that away for 4. Remember, Hong Kong won the toss, and they chose to field first. Netherlands taking advantage of these good batting conditions here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have encashed the opportunity given to them by Hong Kong. But I'll tell you one thing, the wicket is playing absolutely beauty for both batsmen. But in the maybe later stage, it might take some turn once the mud will come off from the wicket.
Yeah, clever batting from Scott Edwards using that reverse scoop shot, and it's going to bring about this really strange fielding position of a deep backward point. It's not quite a third man. He's trying to cut off that reverse scoop shot, and he's going to look for it again, but he can't get any bat on it this time. So good bowling from Kinshid Shah. Remember, this inning started with a maiden.
Yes, but this was better delivery than the before. He missed it completely. Reverse sweep could have been another boundary.
This is hit into the offside, and a really nasty bobble on the ball is well watched by Arush Bhagwat to keep it to just a single. Will bring van der Merwe back onto strike. 8 deliveries remain. Netherlands looking to get north of 180 still.
Seems to be.
Yet another reverse sweep, and that one goes almost straight past the right glove of Scott McKechnie.
Kinchit is bowling too short and giving all the time to reverse sweep to the batsman. He's batting for so long and seeing the ball like a football, now playing at his will.
There's the replay on the screen, you can see, and it was almost a reverse paddle that went straight behind the keeper's shoulder. Good innovative batting from Band-e-Amir, slower through the air, heaved into the deep. That's what Lamachani was talking about. Don't give them pace to work with on the ball. It's just going to be a single with the slog sweep. Really good spell of bowling from the Hong Kong captain. He's going to end his 4 overs with 1 for 24. And in the context of the game today, that's first class.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure Netherlands must be very, very happy to get this total of 170. 1 over to go, as we were talking about. 180, 185 looks to be the total at the end of 20th over.
Here's Kinchit Shah's figures on your screen, and helping to deliver one of the rarest of things in a T20 international, a maiden. 1 for 25 with that solitary maiden from his 4 overs. As I expected, it is going to be Kyle Christie to bowl the final over of the innings. Bowled a really good first over and then was taken apart by Tobias Visay in his second over. A little bit unlucky though, perhaps. He's bowled quite well, so he'll have a chance to add to his wickets column. Kyle Christie, really interestingly, Tim Cutler's just telling me in the background, was found via the Hong Kong Cricket Facebook campaign looking for those Hong Kong born players, but he's going to be heaved away here to the leg side by Band-e-Amir for a boundary 4, and that's something that Hong Kong Cricket's going to look to exploit. Some of the players who might be playing their cricket in Australia but would have been born as expats in Hong Kong.
Yeah, most of them are like that. I told you, today I think Marv is playing one of the best innings I've seen from the last 3 previous matches. And really kept the runs going on, keeping one end intact in his hand, let the other batsman do it, and whenever he got chance, he's hitting also, getting the runs as well.
Yeah, I've no doubt the head coach, Ryan Campbell, will be very relieved to see his batsmen bounce back after yesterday afternoon. Less than 24 hours ago, they were being taken apart by the 2 Oman spinners who ended up with record figures and instigated that Dutch collapse. But Roelof van der Merwe's innings is a gem. He's on 45. And a little bit of fortune there. He was looking to cut it away. Christie followed him. It was well bowled, but really well played. 4 more to Van der Merwe.
At this stage of the game where the last over is being played, you know, runs has to come in any kind. Whether it is by, whether it's a leg by, edges, whatever it is. But runs always count. And once again, Marv is spread it over the slips. Got a boundary. 49, very, very watchful innings from him.
He comes down the track looking to really punch that one for a single, perhaps thinking about his T20 International 50, but he doesn't get there. Thuds into the pad.
So we all wish that he should get at least this half century which he deserves for. He played very sensible knock in this innings. Went above.
Hit down towards long on, Nizakat Khan, and that will be 50 for Roelof van der Merwe, the second of his T20 international career. It's been an outstanding knock from the Dutchman, coming from 34 deliveries. He's been imperious for Somerset throughout this season in the county championship, and he's such an all-action cricketer right from the moment off today with bat. He's shown exactly why he's so valuable to this Dutch side, and we'll see him with the ball and in the field later.
Yes, lovely batting, responsible batting, and aggressive batting, whatever you can say.
There was a noise there, but no appeal. Perhaps bat just hitting the ground. Good top ball. Kyle Christie showing his value. I think it's important to note and remember that well over half this side, this Hong Kong side, have learnt their cricket in Hong Kong, born and bred in Hong Kong. lads coming in who, like the Netherlands, making use of the rules, as Ryan Campbell says. If they qualify, that's all that matters, and that's absolutely huge. It's the slower ball, the final ball of the innings is going to be hammered into the deep to end a gem from Scott Edwards, one of the biggest sixes of the week. That one soars down onto the second oval here. Let's take a look at the replay. An outstanding shot. It was the slower ball from Kyle Christie, the leg cutter, but it was right into the hitting arc of Scott Edwards, and that's a massive six.
What a massive hit from Edwards, and as I said to you, now they have got a very, very good total. 185 is a very, very good total for them to defend, with some lively bowling from Netherlands, and hope that they are going to get the first victory of this tournament. Today all the batsmen played sensibly and give a good response as of compared to yesterday. Lovely batting from Netherlands.
Yeah, with that six, the Netherlands do soar past that 180 point, and they get up to 185 from their 20 overs. So after their 20 overs, it's 185 that the Netherlands have ended with, thanks to that real gem of an innings from Scott Edwards. I was questioning why he's come in above Tony Style in the order, but the Dutch have got their tactics just right. That's the batting card, built around the two half centuries. Tobias Visay, 68 from 43 deliveries. Roelof van der Merwe, 50 from 34. But that innings from Scott Edwards, 42 off 21, could prove the difference between the sides.
Yes, of course. He played very aggressive knock, and absolutely the total which Netherlands was looking for, I think they have achieved. And I'm sure that with their brilliant bowling and fielding capabilities, they might come up to win the first match of this rectangular cricket.
There's the bowling figures now on your screen as well. 7 bowlers used, just a solitary over for Nizakat Khan. But the pick of the bowlers for me, Rag Kapoor and Kinshit Shah, clearly almost having the exact same figures with the exception of the maiden. 4 overs, 1 for 25 apiece. Expensive for Haroon Arshad, 2 overs, 1 for 31. And Kyle Christie, a little unlucky really. He showed shades of why he's going to be such a find for Hong Kong. I'll just bring you the match summary. So the Netherlands have made 185 for 4 from their 20 overs. Both sides are looking for their first win. We'll find out which one of them is going to take that win. We'll be back with you with all the action from the second innings in about 10 to 15 minutes time.
Thank you. কি বললে? ইমনের দুটো কিন্তু ড্যামেজ হয়ে গেছে। ঢাকা ওয়াসা পানি উৎপাদন ও সরবরাহে শতভাগ সক্ষমতা লাভ করেছে। এখন সেই হার আর নেই, যার ফলে এই প্রতিষ্ঠানটি এখন দক্ষিণ এশিয়ায় পানি সেবাদানকারী সংস্থাগুলোর রোল মডেল হিসেবে বিবেচিত হচ্ছে।
এলাকায় বেড়া মানে এটি না যে এটি একটি কারাগার তৈরি করা হলো। আমি যেটা মনে করি সেখানে তো এন্ট্রি এক্সিট আছে, এন্ট্রি এক্সিট এখনো আছে, তখনও থাকবে।
তাদেরকে অবশ্যই সেখানে আটকেই রাখতে হবে এলাকার মধ্যে, যাতে পর্যন্ত তারা ফিরে যাওয়ার ব্যবস্থা না হয়। বিদেশিরা যারা আমাদেরকে বা সংস্থাগুলি যারা আমাদেরকে উপদেশ দিচ্ছে এত বেশি, তারা এসে দায়িত্ব নিক, তাদের ভালো হবে, কারণ তাদের দায়িত্ব নিচ্ছে না।
ফুটবলে অসম্ভব বলে কিছু নেই, তবে বাস্তবতা বোঝা জরুরি। বৃষ্টি হলে সে সুবিধা কাজে লাগাতে হবে। কাতার এশিয়ার সেরা দল, ভিন্ন পরিস্থিতির জন্য ওদের নিশ্চয়ই আলাদা পরিকল্পনা থাকবে।
In terms of the level to beat Qatar.
We have no written agreement, but we have an agreement.
আটক করার উদ্দেশ্যে নয়, শুধুমাত্র সতর্ক করতে এই অভিযান চালানো হয়।
মিয়ানমার আবারও একটি পেছনের দিকে ঠেলে দিচ্ছে, নতুন করে শক্ত জুড়ে দিয়ে।
ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট টেলিভিশন, 24 ঘন্টায় খবর। ওয়েট ক্যাম্পাসে শিক্ষার্থীদের বিক্ষোভ, 10 দফা দাবিতে উপাচার্যকে আলটিমেটাম। ছাত্রলীগ নেতা অমিত সাহা সহ 2 জন আটক, আবরার হত্যাকাণ্ডে জড়িত সন্দেহ। পানি সরবরাহে ঢাকা ওয়াসাকে রোল মডেল বললেন প্রধানমন্ত্রী, 3 প্রকল্প উদ্বোধন। ফরিদপুরের ভাঙায় ট্রাক চালক হত্যা মামলা, 7 আসামির মৃত্যুদণ্ড দিয়েছে আদালত। স্বাগত ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট সংবাদে, সঙ্গে আছি আমি আলী আশরাফ। শুনছিলেন শিরোনাম, এবার বিস্তারিত। আবরার ফাহাদ হত্যার দ্রুত বিচার সহ 10 দফা দাবিতে আজও ক্যাম্পাসে বিক্ষোভ করছেন বুয়েটের শিক্ষার্থীরা। বেলা 11টায় ক্যাম্পাসে শেরেবাংলা হলের শিক্ষার্থীদের বিক্ষোভ মিছিলের মধ্য দিয়ে শুরু হয় কর্মসূচি। পরে সকালে সংবাদ সম্মেলনে আন্দোলনরত শিক্ষার্থীরা জানান, কাল 2টার মধ্যে উপাচার্য তার অবস্থান পরিষ্কার না করলে প্রশাসনিক ভবনে তালা ঝুলিয়ে দেওয়া হবে। পাশাপাশি 13 অক্টোবরের মধ্যে শিক্ষার্থীদের 10 দফা দাবি মেনে না নেওয়া হলে 14 অক্টোবরে ভর্তি পরীক্ষা ও সব ধরনের একাডেমিক কার্যক্রম বন্ধ করে দেওয়ার হুঁশিয়ারি দেন শিক্ষার্থীরা। 10 দফা দাবির মধ্যে আবরারের খুনিদের সর্বোচ্চ শাস্তি নিশ্চিত করা, সিসিটিভির ভিডিও ফুটেজে শনাক্ত খুনিদের বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় থেকে আজীবন বহিষ্কার করা, ওয়েট ক্যাম্পাসে সাংগঠনিক ছাত্র রাজনীতি নিষিদ্ধ করা অন্যতম।
দুপুর 2টা পর্যন্ত আমরা দেখব, ডিসি স্যার আসবেন, আমাদের সাথে সবার সাথে কথা বলবেন। যদি না হয় বুয়েটের সব বিল্ডিং এ তালা বসবে।
যেহেতু মামলাটি তদন্তাধীন, আমরা চাই তদন্তকারী সংগঠন যাতে অবিলম্বে মামলার তদন্ত কর্মকাণ্ড শেষ করে চার্জশিট প্রদান করে এবং আবার দ্রুত কোর্টে গিয়ে মামলাটির বিচারিক প্রক্রিয়া শুরু করে।
বুয়েট শিক্ষার্থী আবরার ফাহাদ হত্যায় জড়িত থাকার সন্দেহে ছাত্রলীগ নেতা অমিত সাহাকে আটক করেছে গোয়েন্দা পুলিশ। রাতে রাজধানীর সবুজবাগ থেকে তাকে আটক করা হয় বলে জানিয়েছেন ডিবির যুগ্ম কমিশনার মাহবুব আলম। এদিকে সকালে বুয়েটের শেরেবাংলা হল থেকে মিজান নামে এক শিক্ষার্থীকেও আটক করা হয়েছে। লালবাগ থানার ডিসি ঘটনার সত্যতা স্বীকার করেছেন। ডিবির যুগ্ম কমিশনার জানান, প্রাথমিক তদন্তে আবরার হত্যাকাণ্ডে অমিত সাহার জড়িত থাকার প্রমাণ পাওয়া গেছে। তবে ঘটনার সময় হলে অমিত সাহা উপস্থিত না থাকলেও এই হত্যাকাণ্ডের হুকুমদাতা বা নির্দেশদাতা ছিলেন তিনি। আটককৃতদের জিজ্ঞাসাবাদে এই তথ্য পাওয়া গেছে বলে জানান মাহবুব আলম। তিনি বলেন, আবরার হত্যা মামলায় অমিত শাহর নাম না থাকলেও তদন্তে সংশ্লিষ্টতা পাওয়ায় এই মামলায় তাকে যুক্ত করা হবে। আটক হওয়া অমিত শাহ বুয়েট শাখা ছাত্রলীগের আইন বিষয়ক উপসম্পাদক। বুয়েট শিক্ষার্থী আবরার ফাহাদ হত্যাকাণ্ডের বিচার দ্রুত সম্পন্ন করার দাবি জানিয়েছে ছাত্রলীগ। সকালে ফাহাদ হত্যাকাণ্ডের ঘটনায় শোক র্যালির শুরুতেই এ দাবি জানান সংগঠনের সভাপতি আল নাহিয়ান খান জয়। জয় বলেন, এই হত্যাকাণ্ডের সাথে জড়িত ছাত্রলীগ কর্মীদের ইতিমধ্যে বহিষ্কার করা হয়েছে। সংগঠনের পক্ষ থেকে সর্বোচ্চ ব্যবস্থা এটাই। এ সময় তিনি জানান, ফাহাদ হত্যাকাণ্ডের মতো এইরকম নৃশংস ঘটনা যেন আর না ঘটে, এই র্যালি থেকে সেই আহ্বান থাকবে। আইনশৃঙ্খলা বাহিনী জড়িতদের দ্রুত আইনের আওতায় নিয়ে আসবে বলেও আশা প্রকাশ করেন তিনি। শোক র্যালিটি ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের মধুর ক্যান্টিন থেকে শুরু করে শহীদ মিনার প্রদক্ষিণ করে মধুর ক্যান্টিনে এসে শেষ হয়।
যেন আপনারকে তো আমরা ফিরে পাবো না, যেন এরকম কোনো ঘটনা না ঘটে, আমরা যেন আর কোনো আপনারকে না হারাতে হয়, এবং আপনাদের প্রতি শ্রদ্ধা জানিয়ে আজকে আমরা এই শোক র্যালি আপনার হত্যাকাণ্ডে যারা জড়িত তারা যেই হোক তাদের শাস্তির ব্যবস্থা করতে হবে, এবং আশাবাদী যে আপনার হত্যাকাণ্ডের বিচার খুব তাড়াতাড়ি শেষ হবে।
আবরার ফাহাদ হত্যার পর সামনে এসেছে বুয়েটের র্যাগিং প্রসঙ্গ। শিক্ষার্থীরা বলছেন, ক্যাম্পাসে নতুন আসার পর সালাম না দেয় হকি স্টিকে পেটানো হয়েছে অনেককে। এর পেছনে রাজনৈতিক সংগঠনের নেতারাই থাকেন বলে দাবি তাদের। আর এই ঘটনায় প্রশাসনের ব্যর্থতাকে দায়ী করছে শিক্ষক সমিতি।
রোববার রাতে আবরারকে পেটানো হয় বুয়েটের শেরে বাংলা হলের 2005 ও 11 নম্বর কক্ষে। এর সঙ্গে জড়িত আবরারের ব্যাচমেট সহ সিনিয়ররা, তাদের প্রায় সবাই ছাত্রলীগের নেতাকর্মী। মারধরে আবরারের মৃত্যুর পরপরই সামনে আসে হলে র্যাগের নামে ছাত্র নির্যাতনের প্রসঙ্গ। সিনিয়র জুনিয়র সমস্যা ছাড়াও রাজনৈতিক কারণেও ঘটে এই ঘটনা। সিনিয়রদের সালাম না দিলে 50 থেকে 60টি চড়, কখনো কখনো পেটানো হয় হকি স্টিক দিয়ে। এছাড়াও নানা কায়দা কৌশলের কথাও জানিয়েছেন কজন শিক্ষার্থী।
অনেক র্যাগিং এর শিকার হয়েছি, অনেক চড় থাপ্পড় খেয়েছি আমি নিজেও। ফল কি ছিল? সালাম দিইনি, আমার ইগো বেশি। এটা কি কোনো মার খাওয়ার মতো কোনো ফল?
প্রায় অলমোস্ট সবাই আর কি র্যাগিং এর শিকার হচ্ছে, এবং এই র্যাগিং এর শিকারটা হচ্ছে যে স্ট্যাম্প, তারপর চড় থাপ্পড় দিয়ে আর কি যতটা জোরে এইভাবে এরকম একটা মোটা স্ট্যাম্প দিয়ে একটা মানুষ যত জোরে আর কি স্ট্যাম্প দিয়ে আর কি একটা মানুষকে মারতে পারে।
এটা আমরা সেকেন্ড হোম হিসেবে ভাইবা আমরা বাঁচতে চাই রাতে ঘুমানোর আগে, যাতে করে আমাদের পরের দিনের টেনশন না করতে হয় যে আমার দরজায় নক করবে কে। এই জিনিসটা যাতে আমাদের না চিন্তা করতে হয়, আমার যাতে কোনো বড় ভাইয়ের টেনশনে না থাকতে হয়।
এই ঘটনা দীর্ঘদিন ধরে চলছে জানিয়ে ছাত্রলীগ বলছে, র্যাগিং এর ক্ষেত্রে রাজনীতির চেয়ে বেশি থাকে দাপট দেখানোর মানসিকতা।
একবার ঢালাও ভাবে যে ছাত্রলীগ বা পলিটিক্যাল সংগঠনকে দায়ভার করলে হবে না। মেইনলি একটা নতুন ব্যাচ ঢুকলে তার ইমিডিয়েট সিনিয়র ব্যাচই মেইনলি ওদেরকে র্যাগিং দিতে হবে।
র্যাগিং প্রশ্নে প্রশাসনের ব্যর্থতাকেই দায়ী করছে শিক্ষক সমিতি।
যথেষ্ট ব্যবস্থা নেওয়া হয় নাই, সেই জন্য আসলে এগুলা বাড়তে বাড়তে এই অবস্থায় আসছে। এটা যে শুধুমাত্র রাজনৈতিক কারণে হচ্ছে তা না।
তবে এ বিষয়ে কথা বলতে চায়নি বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় প্রশাসন। নূরে আলম, ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট নিউজ, ঢাকা।
আমি নিরাপদ সড়কের জন্য আন্দোলন করি, আর নিরাপদ স্থাপনার বিপ্লব ঘটায় ভিএসএল।
অত্যাধুনিক প্রযুক্তিতে নিজস্ব মিলে তৈরি মিলের থেকে প্রিহিটিং সার্ভিস ছাড়াই মানসম্মত ভিএসএল অ্যাঙ্গেল চ্যানেল উৎপাদিত হয়।
ভিএসএল অ্যাঙ্গেল চ্যানেলে দুর্যোগ সহন ক্ষমতা তুলনামূলকভাবে 50 ভাগ বেশি। ভিএসএল মানে দীর্ঘস্থায়ী নিরাপত্তা।
বিক্রম স্টিল লিমিটেড। ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট টেলিভিশন, 24 ঘন্টায় খবর।
প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা বলেছেন, পানি উৎপাদন ও সরবরাহে ঢাকা ওয়াসা শতভাগ সক্ষমতা অর্জন করেছে। প্রতিষ্ঠানটি এখন দক্ষিণ এশিয়ায় পানি সেবাদানকারী সংস্থাগুলির রোল মডেল। সকালে রাজধানীর সোনারগাঁও হোটেলে ওয়াসার 3টি পানি শোধনাগার প্রকল্পের উদ্বোধন অনুষ্ঠানে তিনি একথা বলেন। প্রধানমন্ত্রী বলেন, একটি শহর কতটা বাসযোগ্য তার অন্যতম মানদণ্ড হল নিরবচ্ছিন্ন পানি সরবরাহ ও সুষ্ঠু পয় নিষ্কাশন ব্যবস্থা। এই চ্যালেঞ্জ মোকাবেলায় ঘনবসতিপূর্ণ ঢাকা মহানগরীর পরিবেশ বান্ধব ও টেকসই পানি সরবরাহ নিশ্চিত করতে কাজ করছে ঢাকা ওয়াসা। নাগরিক সেবা প্রসারে, উন্নয়ন প্রকল্প বাস্তবায়নে এবং দক্ষ ব্যবস্থাপনা গড়ে তুলতে ওয়াসাকে আরো উদ্যোগী হওয়ার আহ্বান জানান প্রধানমন্ত্রী। সব বস্তিকে পর্যায়ক্রমে নিরাপদ পানি সরবরাহ নেটওয়ার্কের আওতায় আনতে ঢাকা ওয়াসা লক্ষ্য নির্ধারণ করছে জানিয়ে প্রধানমন্ত্রী পানি ব্যবহারে সবাইকে সচেতন হওয়ার আহ্বান জানান।
ঢাকা ওয়াসা পানি উৎপাদন ও সরবরাহে শতভাগ সক্ষমতা লাভ করেছে। এখন সেই হার আর নেই, যার ফলে এই প্রতিষ্ঠানটি এখন দক্ষিণ এশিয়ায় পানি সেবাদানকারী সংস্থাগুলোর রোল মডেল হিসেবে বিবেচিত হচ্ছে। সুপেয় পানি ব্যবস্থা করে যাচ্ছি, আর এরই সাথে জেলা উপজেলা পর্যায় পর্যন্ত আমরা সুপেয় পানি ব্যবস্থার পদক্ষেপ নিচ্ছি এবং আমাদের লক্ষ্য একবারে ইউনিয়ন পর্যায় পর্যন্ত আমাদের দেশের মানুষ যেন সুপেয় পানি পায় তার ব্যবস্থা আমরা করে যাচ্ছি।
একটা বিরতি নিচ্ছি, সাথে থাকুন।
প্রিমিয়াম পারফিউম অয়েল সমৃদ্ধ লাক্স পারফিউম সোপ, যা দেয় সুন্দর সুবাসিত ত্বক বহু ঘর জুড়ে। নতুন লাক্স ফরএভার অ্যাকোয়া সেন্সুয়াল স্যান্ডেলের সাথে সৌরভ এমন রবে বহু ঘর। ঝলমলে কালো আর মজবুত চুলের জন্য তোর দরকার নিহার জবা আমলার পুষ্টি। এটা নতুন দিনের আমলা তেল, চিটচিটে নয়, এতে আছে জবার শক্তি আর আমলার পুষ্টি, ফলে চুল হয় ঝলমলে কালো ও মজবুত। ঝলমলে কালো মজবুত চুল, লাইফে এনজয়মেন্ট ফুল।
ওনাদের আর দোষ কি বলুন, আরএফএল পপুলার ডোরের নজর কাড়া ডিজাইন দেখে সবার চোখে তো ঘোর লাগবে। পপুলার ডোর, চোখে লাগে ঘোর।
চুল এত কোমল যে বারবার ছুতে চায় মন। অ্যালোভেরার কোমলতা আর নারিকেল তেলের পুষ্টি সমৃদ্ধ প্যারাশুট অ্যালোভেরা কোমল ও সিল্কি চুলের জন্য।
চুপি চুপি লুকোচুরি, চুরি লুকোচুরি, চোরা চোখে চাঁদনি,
শোনা তো
আধারে ওঠে 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 প্রেম প্রেম কাহিনী।
খালি লুকাস কেন বলতো? লুকাইতে নিষ্প্রাণ 2 বছর। তোর দরকার।
Hello and welcome back to the Band-e-Amir cricket grounds here, where it's the home of the Oman Cricket Academy, and we're at the Oman Cricket Turf Ground 1. As you can see on your screen there, it's 185 for 4 that the Netherlands have made from their 20 overs. We've seen some really good hitting, 2 half centuries from Tobias Visay and Roelof van der Merwe. A late cameo from Scott Edwards has got the Netherlands over that 180 mark. Andrew Leonard here in the commentary box. I've got Jamil Zaidi to my right. We're bringing you these pictures with Cricket Clubs Live and Oman Cricket, and delighted to do so. And it's the final day of the tournament, can you believe, Jamil? We've got the battle of the 2 bottom sides. One of these will go away to the UAE with the win. And then we've got the tournament to decide later on when Oman will take on Nepal.
Well, we were all expecting this tournament before the start of the tournament. We are really having a nice time that the tournament will be on. All the teams will be there, and today is the last day, you know. And it's a very exciting cricket all through 5 days, except the day when we have the rested. And I think every team has played its part, but there are certain teams who doesn't perform well, like Hong Kong and Netherlands. And today they are fighting out to be not at the bottom.
We're going to see a change in tactics for the Netherlands, because they will open with spin again, but not spin in the shape of Roelof van der Merwe. We're going to see Colin Ackerman, that T20 all-time record holder, the only man with a 7-wicket haul in T20 cricket of any kind. That was for Leicestershire earlier this year. He'll open the bowling with his off breaks. And opening the batting, no surprise at all, to see Nizakat Khan on strike for Hong Kong, and they're going to need around 9 and over right from the start. So a tall task for Hong Kong here. They're just straying down the leg side. The first runs of the innings will be a wide. At the non-strikers end, it's Rag Kapoor, who we saw bowl so effectively, so these 2 batsmen will need to get going in the power play. Get going they will, hit into the deep. Really good stop. On one bounce, just for a moment, I suspect that Shane Snyder thought he was in business with a catch, but he's cut off the boundary, put his body on the line. Just going to be a single. The first runs off the bat.
Well, I was expecting that Nathan will start with the spinners, as you correctly said, instead of Mark DeVoe. Ackerman has brought in.
Just punched into the offside, no runs there. Maybe a few nerves early in the innings for Rad Kapoor. He was effective with the ball, just his final over took a little bit of punishment.
Right on the spot, tight bowling from Ackerman.
Uses his feet down the track, doesn't quite get to the pitch of the ball, but is good enough to just punch it down to long on for a single. 2 men allowed outside the circle, and pretty regulation for a spinner really to have long on, back and deep mid wicket as the 2 men outside the circle.
Very clever bowling from Ackerman. He saw he's coming out and just dropped short of it. Not let him go to hit over the mid on. Only gets single.
Just clipped into the leg side for a single out towards deep mid wicket. So a good tight over to start with from Colin Ackerman. Just 4 runs coming from it. And Hong Kong, as you'll see in your graphics at the bottom of your screen, they're going to need over 9.5 runs per over. We're talking to Trent Johnson during the first innings. We're hoping to have a chat to Ryan Campbell, the Dutch head coach and former Hong Kong head coach, during this innings. Trent Johnson identified Nizakat Khan and Kinshit Shah as probably the 2 batsmen to watch for Hong Kong.
Yeah. They have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders, so far. They have not come up to their expectations and did not score the last 3 matches being played so far. They scored about 20-25, but not long innings required for Hong Kong.
Remember, this Dutch side have lost all 3 of their matches this week. They went down by 6 wickets to Ireland in their opening fixture before losing by 4 wickets to Nepal in a thriller. That final over finish, they took a real hammering against hosts Oman yesterday. Looking for the bounce back ability to finish the tournament with a win here, but this is a side that were one of the pre-tournament favourites for the T20 World Cup qualifier in the coming weeks. They've started with 3 defeats in Oman. Both Peter Seelar and Ryan Campbell yesterday were saying to me they felt their side was low on confidence.
Yeah, actually, if some team which is expecting to be the top holder of the tournament lose 3 consecutive losses, definitely put an end to their confidence.
It's big Fred Klassen, the tall Kent left arm seamer, bowling from the Al Emirat end. Our standing umpires today this morning's game are Vinod Babu and Hari Krishna. We got the 3rd umpire, Rahul Asher, who used that new technology installed here at this ground so well. And of course, a little word for our match referee, Mr. Wendell Lebroy from Sri Lanka, the brother of the great Graham Lebroy.
I think all credit must go to the organizers of this tournament, giving excellent opportunity for all the teams participating in the qualifier in UAE, especially Oman Cricket deserve the pat on their back for lovely arrangement they have made for this tournament.
Yeah, and I think that the tournament's going to get the finish that it deserves with the 2 p.m. top of the table clash. Not quite, because Ireland are in second, but all 3 of those sides could still win this tournament. Oman absolutely in the pole position. Nepal and their fanatical fans, I've no doubt they're going to flood in this afternoon. And coupled with the home side's fans, we could have a good atmosphere.
Yeah, seems to be, because Nepal fans are always following their team wherever they go. And unfortunately, Andrew, today is also a working day. So the people, most of them working, our spectators in Oman, but they will come after 4 and 3. I think after the lunch, definitely I'm seeing a good crowd here.
That's going to be the first boundary of the Hong Kong innings. And the reason that Fred Klassen has the double teapot out and the hands on the hips is he's wondering how that's been given as runs. It looked to me like it came off the thigh pad, but it's been given as runs, perhaps a little bit of glove. Hong Kong coach Trent Johnson won't mind how they come. But for the moment, it's going to be a 4 coming to the account of Rag Kapoor.
Yeah, it's a welcome boundary because the first over they got only 4 runs.
Yeah, good work from Fred Klaassen, really good energy from Peter Seeler in the field. He's one of the outstanding Dutch fielders, but as a whole, it's one of the things that the Dutch squad pride themselves on. They're a fit, athletic group. I think Ryan Tendashad is to come back into this squad as well. What a boost that's going to be for the Dutchman.
Yes, obviously, I mean, any probable who's giving chance in this match, try to give his best to come back into the team.
That's the end of the second over. Play and a miss outside the off stump to end it from Rag Kapoor. Hong Kong are 9-0. Let's have a look at the points table. Just emphasise what we were talking about there, Jamil, that this is a real wooden spoon clash. You think back to the rugby in the Five Nations, they always talked about the side that was bottom gets the wooden spoon and maybe a little bit of a spanking. But both Netherlands and Hong Kong, 0 points. Whoever wins today will take the 4th spot. Both sides will be looking for the win, but later on this afternoon is what it all comes down to. Oman are in the pole position with a huge net run rate advantage over Nepal. Ireland in second. Are we going to see 3 teams finish on 6 points? Or will Oman, the host, stay unbeaten?
Well, all eyes will be on the afternoon match that will be played between Nepal and Oman. And always it is one way or the other, Nepal and Oman. Very close fight matches they have before. And Nepal, you know, they're really fighters.
You see a change of bowling immediately, and that's Brandon Glover coming in to bowl his right arm seam. He clips the pad. That one is signalled leg by. He's going to be 4 leg buys off the pad of Nizakat Khan. So just a solitary over for Colin Ackerman to open up the innings. They go back to one of their strike bowlers, the express pace of Brandon Glover.
Because I think the total which they have got 185 is good total to defend, and they like to keep the Hong Kong batsmen in check.
That's a glorious shot from Nizakat Khan. He just opens up and accesses the offside and slashes that one away with great power. That one would have run away for a boundary, I think, on the second oval here.
Beautifully played. You can hear the voice of the back tuck, and it went past the cover point boundary. Lovely shot from Nizakat. He's a very dangerous batsman, but unfortunately he didn't score too much runs in this tournament so far. So all eyes will be on him today if he can play a cameo inning.
Down the leg side, that's going to be signalled wide. So a tricky start this for Brandon Glover. 2 boundaries and a wide, albeit one of those being 4 leg buys. That one's hit into the offside just over the outstretched hand of Max O'Dowd. I think he might have got his fingertips to it, but enough power on it to run away for 4 more.
3 boundaries and an over, 2 off the bat, 1 is off the pad. As I told you, Nizakat is a very dangerous batsman so far. He has not scored the runs which his team is looking for from him, but today I think it looks in good touch, and the wicket is really definitely giving batsmen all the chance to play their shot. Absolute batting wicket, beautiful track.
Yeah, and that extra pace has brought about a change in the field. We've got a deep point going out, fine leg and deep square leg into the circle, and he's going to work it off his legs. That's brilliant from Nizakat Khan, taking advantage of the change in field, and it is going to be 4 more. So 3 boundaries and a wide in this over. Early pressure on Brandon Glover in the Netherlands.
Yes, and a very, very good over for Hong Kong, but the over is not yet over. 16 runs off the boundaries, 3 from the bat, 1 off the pad to this fine leg. It's very good over for Hong Kong. And Nizakat today, I think, looks to be in great touch. He's the danger man for Netherlands. The way he started, absolutely beautifully struck all the boundaries, 3 in this over.
That's a beauty from Brandon Glover. Pace and bounce, and beats Nizakat Khan outside the off stump. He was coming forward onto the front foot, but it was back of a length with good fire and aggression.
Good comeback. Absolute beauty, bowled outside the off stump, rising delivery with sheer pace.
Let's take a look at the replay of that one, because that was outstanding fast bowling of the very highest quality. Back of a length, and really did beat Nizakat Khan all ends up. A man who was in school in St. Cythians in Johannesburg. That one's flayed into the offside. There's a fielder out there. Taken. Absolutely outstanding tactics from the Dutch.
Yes.
Nizakat Khan was starting to flail away with reckless abandon, and that abandon has cost him. A really good catch held in the deep. He couldn't have picked him out any better. As soon as the ball hit the bat, you thought it might have flown all the way for 6, but it was a well-judged catch from Roelof van der Merwe. Here's the replay. Down the track from Nizakat Khan. He did get a good bit of bat on it. And Roelof van der Merwe, you could see him just shielding the sun momentarily with his hand into a perfect position. Reverse hands, takes the catch. That's the first wicket for the Dutch.
Clever bowling from Brandon. He just, I think, varied the ball that's a bit slower. And Nizakat played his shot the way he played the earlier shots and got straight into the hands of the deep third man. Markov, good catch from him. So the first wicket the Dutch were looking for, and especially Nizakat, who was looking very dangerous, got out just now of the bowling of Brandon.
Nizakat Khan has fallen for 15 from 12 deliveries, and that's not going to please Trent Johnson. It's exactly what he was talking about to us. The fact that a lot of the innings that his side have been playing, their batsmen have been lasting 10 to 15 deliveries. He wanted them to bat more like 40 to 50 deliveries. Just as he was looking so good, Nizakat Khan falls. It's going to bring the captain to the crease. It's Kinshid Shah, the new captain, replacing the former captain Ansuman Rath, who has gone to India to pursue a career in domestic cricket there in India. Such a fine batsman, Ansuman Rath, a huge loss. He'd be to any side, but he's going to be sorely missed by Hong Kong. Change in bowling. Going to see Colin Ackerman change ends, so Peter Seeler not afraid to change things up today. Third consecutive bowling change to start the morning.
Nicely played.
Yeah, nicely played by Kinshid Shah down the ground. Probably the most elegant of the Hong Kong batsmen. Would have learnt a lot from the likes of Ansuman Rath in his time playing under him.
Andrew, I remember the innings Nizakat has played against Oman.
জিলাপি খাবে?
কে মোবাইল ফেলেছে?
জিলাপি খাবে?